He left home with hope, sold his car, emptied his savings, borrowed from friends, all for one dream, a better life in the UK. But instead of building that life, he ended up in a cold prison cell, convicted, awaiting deportation. His name, Emmanuel Onwubiko. His crime? A sexual offense. This video is not about him. It is about a reality many immigrants ignore. A reality where one misstep, one moment can end everything today. I will walk you through what really happened, the laws he broke, the stories of others like him, and how you, yes, you watching, can avoid making the same mistake. Emmanuel Onwubiko, a young Nigerian at 36, once a university lecturer. He was smart and ambitious. He wanted more. He believed the UK held the key to that more. So, like many others, he applied for a student visa, packed up his life, and landed in Liverpool. Only this time, it was going to land him in trouble. He enrolled, attended lectures, worked part-time. Life wasn't easy, but he was pushing through until one evening, everything changed. The details are troubling. He interacted with a 17-year-old young woman. What he thought was harmless, maybe even friendly, was reported as something else. She said she felt touched inappropriately, pressured, and felt unsafe. In court, Emmanuel said, in Nigeria, this will not be reported. But that statement may have sealed his fate.
We'll be talking about the topic in general, and joining me more broadly to discuss this matter of the age of consent laws and should we reassess them, we have the UK Director of Common Sense Society, Emma Webb, and the former Labour Party MP, Stephen Pound. Stephen, let's start with you, because Emma's a bit floppy on this topic, it seems. The age of consent. Should we reassess it?
No, we shouldn't. We have to have a line there. But look, the single most important thing is there's the individual morality of the person and the family.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what it means is that I think everybody would accept the fact that promiscuous sex under the, when you're a teen, when you're 13, 14 or 15 is bad. I think we can accept that. It's physically bad, it's mentally bad.
I think everyone in this room would accept that, but I don't think everyone.
If we can do that. So the idea is that when this legislation went through the House, and I was there at the time, we decided that it wasn't absolutely purely a Manichaean black and white issue. There were certain ones. For example, a teacher who has sexual relations with a student who may be over 16 is still breaking the law because he or she, in many cases, in fact, she is in a position of authority. So the law is sufficiently nuanced to deal with those strange cases. I think if I may say so without insulting you, your very well balanced exegesis on the earlier subject actually shows how sometimes we can make law in haste and repent.
The court saw not just ignorance, but arrogance and entitlement. Let's get this clear. In the UK, sexual assault under Section 3 of the Sexual Offence Act 2023 means any sexual touching without active, clear consent. It doesn't matter what you meant. What matters is how the other person felt. Consent must be enthusiastic, informed, and ongoing. Silence is not the consent. Fear is not the consent. And cultural excuses hold no waters. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but that was just the beginning of the end. His visa expired. He was registered as a sex offender, and now he is set to be deported back to Nigeria. His dream scattered. His reputation destroyed. Emmanuel is not the first, and sadly, he will not be the last. Reinhard Sinaga, an Indonesian student jailed for raping over 130 men. Zenhard Zhu, a Chinese academic secretary, filmed and raped women, and his sentence was to life. A Zimbabwean man granted residency, jailed for sex with the 15-year-old. Pastor Albert Odulele, again a Nigerian, convicted of assaulting boys. Lydia Mugabe, a Ugandan judge, jailed for forced labor in Oxford. Different people, same mistake, underestimating the UK laws. In the UK, your background doesn't change the law. That's how we do it back home won't save you. It won't reduce your sentence, and it certainly will not protect your name. Cultural differences can be understood, but not when they harm others. Learn the laws and protect boundaries. Here is how to protect yourself and your future. Don't assume, always ask for clear verbal consent. Avoid private meeting with underage people. If alcohol is involved, stop. Don't touch unless invited. Respect personal space. Never pressure anyone, even subtly. So keep your dignity and protect your name. Sexual offenses by foreign nationals don't just end people in jail. You will be deported and you may never return.
For you today, we have images of illegal migrants and foreign offenders being deported from the UK. They've just been released for the very first time, as the government confirms.
Other countries will blacklist you. You won't be the same person in the eyes of the law ever again. Emmanuel, he came with dreams, left with handcuffs. One mistake, that's all it took. His story is a warning, not a weapon. Especially for young men, respect this country's law. Respect people and protect your legacy. And if you have taken something from out of this story, share this video to someone you know. They may be walking blind into destruction. Subscribe, share your comments on the comment section, and ask questions. At the Lens 24, we don't just tell stories, we protect futures.